friends, my name is Miss Sykes. I am a Title I reading teacher in Central Ohio, and today we're going to be working on segmenting our CVC words. That means we're going to be listening for what letters make each sound, and we're going to try to stretch those words out together. So for today's lesson, the only thing you're going to need are your ears so that you may listen. You may also want to use your hands to help you stretch the words out. I will be modeling that down here in the corner so you can do it along with me. You may also want to use a different strategy. So if you have a different strategy that will help you stretch out the words and hear those sounds and figure out what letters make those sounds, then that by all means, you are welcome to use that strategy instead. Regardless, I want you to be doing your very best work and trying to figure it out with me, okay? All right, friends, so first let's talk about what does it mean to segment a CVC word. We know that a CVC word stands for consonant, vowel, consonant. CVC. We know that every CVC word has 3 letters, and we know that that middle letter is always a vowel. We also know that that vowel sound is always going to be short. So our vowels are going to be saying these sounds. A, I, A. Now it's going to be our job to take a word that we know, like cat, and stretch it out into its sounds so that we can spell it and figure out what letters make those sounds. Okay? So let's listen for the word cat. If we stretch out the word cat, it might look like this. Cat. K-a-t. Cat. See how I put up one finger for every sound that I said? Each one of those sounds is going to match to a letter because we know that CVC words always have 3 letters. Okay? So I'll continue to do that down in the corner and I'll make my screen small again so you can see what's going on in the whiteboard part. But that's the strategy that I'll be using. I'll be saying the word, putting a hand on my chest, cat. Then as I say each sound, I'll put up a finger. K-a-t. Then I'll take those 3 fingers, put them back down on my chest, and say the word again. Cat. Okay? Awesome. So, if we listen for the sounds in cat, I know that the first sound is k, k-a-t, k-k-k. I need to figure out what letter says k. Now, cat is a pretty easy word. You might already know what letter makes that sound. You might already know how to spell it, but that's why it makes the perfect starting example. By taking a word that you already know, we can sort of break it down and look at the different pieces and parts in a way that you might understand a little bit better. So we know that 2 different letters say k, C, and K. Now, if you've seen the word cat before, you know that that first letter is a C. K. If you didn't, you might try K. And that would be a totally valid strategy. Always try the letters that you think are correct, and if they're not, a teacher or a grown-up will come and help you out, okay? Let's listen for that second sound. K-a. K-a. A-a-a. I know that this has to be a vowel, so it's either going to be A, E, I, O, or U. A-a-a is the sound that A makes. So I know that my second letter is A. Let's listen for the third sound. K-a-t-t-t. I know the letter T says T, so I know that my third letter will be T. Now we've spelled the word cat and stretched it out. Now if we see this word in a story or on a paper, we can read it. Cat. Excellent. Let's do a few more just like that, okay? So our next word is bed. Bed. I'll go ahead and make my screen big so you can see what I'm doing. And let's stretch this word together. Bed. B-e-d. Bed. So what's the first sound you hear in bed? B-e-d. B-b-b. Good. So now I just need to figure out what letter says B. B-b-b. Do you know it? Yeah, it's B. Good job. So now we move on to our second sound. B-e. E-e-e. Now be careful. We know this is a vowel, A, E, I, O, or U. But sometimes people get this sound and I confused. E, I. They're 2 different sounds made by 2 different letters. We're listening for E. E-e-e. And we know that that's made by the letter E. Good job. E says E. So now we have B, E, D, D, D. What letter says D, D, D? Good job. D. So now we have the word bed. We can read it, we can spell it, we can stretch it out. Rock on, superstars. Let's keep going. Next up is sit. Sit. Let's go ahead and stretch that word together. Sit. sit. What's the first sound you hear in sit? Good. It's made by the letter S. S says s. How about the second sound? S, I, s, I, 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 I. We just talked about this one. Good. It's I. Now, I and E can sound very similar. I. But this is I. Got it? Remember, so this one is going to be I. Now our third sound. S, I, t, 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 t. We know that t is still made by the letter T, so now we can have the word sit. S-I-T, s-I-t. And if we see it in the story, we can read it. Awesome, let's keep going. Next up is pot. Pot. Let's stretch that word together. Pot. P-A-T. Pot. Good. What's the first sound you hear in pot? Good. P, p, p. Made by the letter P. How about the second sound you hear in pot? P-A. P-A. A is our second sound, and it's made by the letter O. Good job. O says aw. Remember, it's a vowel because it's CVC. And how about our third sound? Amelia, are you going to help us? This is Amelia, if you have not met her before. She is my cat. She'll be popping in and out. And I think she stepped on the screen. All right, so pot is what we're working on right now. And we can see that that third letter is T that says T. So we have P-A-T, pot. Awesome. Next up is tub. Tub. Now, if you were looking on the screen while Amelia walked by, you might have seen our first letter, but let's stretch it together anyways. Tub. T-A-B. Tub. What's that first sound you hear in tub? Remember the sound, not the letter. Good. The first sound is T, and it's made by the letter T. Good job. What's the second sound we hear in tub? T-A. Is the second sound. And we know that the letter, good, U says U says So now we have T-A-B. B is our third sound. And we know that the letter B says B. So now we have the word tub. T-A-B. T-U-B. And if we see it, we can read it. Awesome. We're going to do 5 more, and then I'll give you a seesaw, okay? Next up is lap. Let's stretch that word together. Lap. U-A-P. Lap. Good. The first sound we hear in lap is oo. Oo. What letter says oo? Good. L says oo. What's the second sound we hear in lap? Oo. A is our second sound. And we know that the letter A says A. Excellent. And how about our third sound? Oo, A, P. P, P, P is our third sound. And we know that the letter P says P. So now we have oo, A, P. L-A-P, lap. Good job. 4 more. Next up is jet, like a jet plane. So let's stretch that word together. Jet. J-E-T. Jet. Good. What's the first sound you hear in jet? Good. J is the first sound. Now, what letter says J? And I'll give you a hint. It's not G. Good. J says J. What about that second sound? J. E is our second sound. We know that E says E. And our third sound, J, E, T, 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 T. We know that T says T. So the word jet, J, E, T, is spelled J-E-T. Good. Next up is hymn. Hymn. Let's stretch that word together. Hymn. H-I-M. Hymn. Good. The first sound we hear in him is and we know that the letter H says Next we have the I, and we know that the letter I says I. Lastly, we have I, We know that the letter M says so to spell the word him, we have H-I-M, him. Good. 2 more. How about the word mop? Mop. 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 The first sound we hear in mop is and like we just talked about, M says If we listen for the second sound, we hear that it's ah. We know that the letter O says ah. Lastly, we hear ah, p, and we know that the letter P says p. So if we look at the word mop, we have mop, M-O-P, mop. All right, last one, and then we'll do our seesaw, okay? Fun, 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 fun. The first sound we hear in fun is f, and we know that the letter F says f. If we listen for the second sound, f, we know that it's and we know that the letter U says Now let's listen for the third sound. Is made by the letter N. So if we want to spell the word fun, we have F-U-N, fun. Awesome. So friends, if you're feeling really confident about this lesson, you were following along, getting all the right answers, you're over here in the 5-star range, then go ahead and move on to your seesaw activity, complete that, and turn it in for me. If you're in the 3 to 4-star range and you need a little bit of help, go ahead and try it, and then if you need more help, come back and watch this video again. If you feel like you're in the 1 to 2-star range and you don't understand this yet, please watch this video again before trying the seesaw on your own, okay? Your seesaw activity today has 3 pictures and some letters down at the bottom. All the letters at the bottom are going to match to a blue box. So you're going to take your mouse or your finger and you're going to drag those letters up to the box where they go to. So it's going to sit right on top of the blue box, okay? Each letter will be used and it'll only be used once. And I've only given you the letters that you needed, okay? So remember, CVC words, consonant, vowel, consonant. If your letters aren't in that order, then they're probably not right. So make sure you put them all in the correct order and then hit the green button to submit so I can see what you spelled, okay? For the record, we have a bat, cup, and hen. Bat, cup, hen. Go ahead and do your seesaw activity, show me your very best work, and I cannot wait to see you next time. Rock on, superstars, and let's keep it up. Bye!